It is Friday, September 30th, and I'm here on my first Davis Transit adventure of the year, school year. My goal today is to head off to Auburn to ride the Confluence shuttle, because this is the very last weekend of operations before they close for the season. Confluence shuttle is a little dial-a-ride service that runs to the Auburn Confluence area, a very popular sort of like nature recreation site up in the hills of Auburn. So the goal today is to go ride that. So first, biking to campus, and I'm catching the 138 to Sacramento. It's foaming time.
But when you met like 3 minutes before we leave in college,
Yep.
so I was like,
Bye, RS. So I made it to the silo, brief socialization is complete, and it's time to catch the 138. That's going to take me to the UC Davis Medical Center in Sacramento. And it's not a battery bus today, it's a regular Sac RT Gillig. So here I am in Sacramento, the lovely, this part isn't so bad, the UC Davis Medical Center. And it's here that I'm going to take a short walk to the light rail station. There's no direct connection between the med center and light rail. There is a shuttle, but I'll just walk it today because it's faster. It's kind of annoying that there's no like direct connection from UC Davis, okay, there is. The Route 42 connects from Davis to, from Davis to Sacramento downtown proper, where you can directly just connect to light rail. However, it's really slow, much slower than the 138, which I took today. So that's why I'm just walking. The other problem is that the 138 drops me off like hella far in East Sacramento. So now to get to my next destination, which is the Watt I-80 light rail station, I have to hop on the gold line and transfer to the blue line. So we do a little bit of backtracking. So the 138 is normally operated in a Proterra battery bus. It's a joint operation between YOLO Bus and Sac RT, and they use Proterra catalysts on it. The problem is battery buses rely on regenerative braking to achieve their full range, which is like 200 something miles, which is what the buses need to last the entire day shuttling between Davis and Sac. However, regenerative braking happens when you let a bus coast. There aren't really many opportunities to let a bus coast between Davis and Sacramento. You need downhills for that, and we don't really have any of those. So more often than not, the battery buses run out of charge like around 1 or 2 p.m. and they get switched out with a regular diesel bus or CNG, like the one I rode today. So that's why sometimes you see just a regular old bus on the 138 instead of the Proterras. Regular buses don't have dots, so I like that. But the Proterras have phone chargers, which I like, so you win some, you lose some.
The next stop will be 29th Street.
Light rail kind of took me by surprise, so I wasn't able to film it coming into the station, but here I am at Archives Plaza, and it's here that I'm catching the blue line. Blue line's going to take me to the end of the line, Watt I-80. brought me to here, beautiful Watt I-80 station. And it's here that I'm transferring to the Placer County Transit Route 10, but I still have a little bit of time, so of course I'm going to go stop at Starbucks. I never thought I'd say this, but for a station that's just in the middle of the highway and underneath the Strode, Watt I-80 isn't the worst when it comes to highway noise. Sacramento is still a miserable dump of a city. We love you, Sac. So the road I'm walking on, highway overpass, light rail in the background. This is a Strode. It's a 6-lane road. A Strode is a street/road. Basically, runs through residential areas, commonly found in suburban areas like Sacramento. Way too many cars, and not a pleasant experience. Hello, caffeine, my old friend. Sailors, Trains, and Travels, food blog edition. That right there is my bus. There it is. There's my bus. That's gonna take me to Auburn. So we're at the Roseville Galleria Mall. This is just where the bus has a short 6-minute layover. The schedule has a lot of padding, I've noticed. The last time I took this bus, we also had a short 6-minute layover and a lot of padding when we got to Auburn. So this is just like servicing a shopping mall. Yeah. About halfway through the journey, another half hour, and then I will be in Auburn. And today to ride the Confluence route, it's a dial-a-ride service, so I use the Transloc? Whatever, some sort of app to book my ride, so we'll see how that goes. I generally don't really like using apps to book my rides, but here we are. Something else that's interesting is Placer County Transit, the operator of the 10 that I'm riding, and Roseville Transit, the main operator of transit for Roseville, are two separate agencies. They're just very closely tied together. So the Roseville Transit buses board on the top of the hill, where behind me, yeah, they're top of the hill, while the Placer County Transit buses board here roadside. So after an hour, I made it to the Nevada Street Amtrak station. This is Auburn Amtrak, and it's here that I'm transferring to the the Auburn bus. It's a cute little XHF. The last time I was here, it was just a cutaway. But today it's an actual bus.
It's crowded down here. It's hard to position this bus around.
So I'm now off of the Auburn City Transit. This loop brought me to the Old Town station, and we actually were racing my bus to get to Confluence today. A story that I will tell later after I am off of the Confluence bus, which is currently waiting for me right now. Thank you, loop driver, for radioing ahead. There she is, just a block away. So after like 10 short minutes, here I am at the Auburn Confluence area. This is a popular spot for like swimming and fishing and hiking and stuff like that. And yeah, that was a nice short ride. Dial-a-ride is one of my favorite ways to get around, I guess. It's just such a hassle to organize the rides. The one annoying thing is, so the 10 bus dropped me off at the Auburn Amtrak station. However, the Auburn Confluence route only picks up from 6 specific points in Auburn, and the Amtrak station is not one of them. So I had to take the Auburn loop one stop down to Old Town so I could switch to the pickup point of the Auburn Confluence route. This was kind of weird to me because the Confluence bus literally departed the Amtrak station the same time as my bus, the Auburn loop bus, and because of the way dial-a-ride works, my pickup time was changed from 1:15 p.m. to 1:02 p.m., which was the exact time that my Auburn loop bus brought me to Old Town station, or the Old Town stop. And this was rather annoying because I had to go ask the driver to like radio ahead and just like let the driver know that her passenger was going to be a little bit late. But it worked out. I still made my bus, and yeah, it brought me here. Cost me $3.50, and I used the Transloc app to organize it. Yeah, so now I have 2 hours. The driver asked me my return plan, so I was just like, can I get a ride back in 2 hours? So yeah, it's gonna pick me up from here. Now I have 2 hours to explore the Auburn Confluence area. Down there is what I believe is the American River. There's a bridge and the bus stop. Up there, that is the Highway 49 bridge. Very tall, very big. So the unfortunate thing about the Confluence shuttle is that it only operates on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Now that's obviously understandable because these are the days that people would have free. There's more people than I would expect here on a Friday, but not that many. The shuttle was actually introduced because of the crush loads of people that would come visit here during COVID. Not that we're not still in COVID, that's a different story. But during the pandemic, when everyone was like happy to get outside, this place got overloaded with cars, so the Confluence shuttle was brought in. Obviously, because it's a Friday, there were very few people. I was the only one on the shuttle, and it was really easy to get my ride booked. There's like 5-10 other people here. Yeah. The other unfortunate thing is that the shuttle only operates between, I believe it's April and October, possibly May and October. This is also because, you know, it gets cold. This is all snow runoff, so it gets really cold. And this is the last weekend of its operation until next year. By the time this video comes out, it'll probably be December or 2023. Who knows? I'm rambling. Okay, it's cold, but not as cold as I thought it would be. So the water is only about 3 feet deep. Just a really nice chill place to come when you don't have, you know, work or class on a Friday in September. Wonder who that's referencing. I really wish more places operated like shuttles to nature like this. Yeah, I think as I've said before in previous videos, it's really nice when transit connects to nature, like the what's it called, the Angel Island Ferry. I'm really glad that they introduced that. This shuttle was introduced in 2021. I didn't get the chance to ride it last year, but this year here I am. Yeah, this is a nice place. Come back with friends, something like that. Bonus points, no parking fees. The shuttle costs $3.50, and I believe that is round trip, which is significantly less than the parking and gas fees that would be required if I were to drive here. Took 10 minutes from Auburn downtown. Yeah. Super nice. I also assume it's super nice because this is the weekend. This is a Friday and not a weekend. It's waiting time. Well, after enjoying the time by the river, it's time to go back and catch my bus. It was a really nice area. Glad I found the Confluence route and rode it before it gets canceled for the year. Hopefully it comes back next year, because I think I will too. Yeah. So, something that I noticed while hiking back to the bus stop, It's like maybe 300 feet. They have life jackets here. This is just for any, you know, any boaters or swimmers who might not feel comfortable with the, well, right now the water's only like 5 feet max, but when the water's more watery, deep, it's nice. The state provides that. So the really nice thing about my return journey today is that I didn't have to use the app to schedule it. When I got on the bus, the driver was just like, "Do you have a return journey scheduled?" And I was like, "No, can I get one?" And she was like, "Yeah, okay." And I just scheduled it for 3:30, which is 20 minutes. So yeah, soon enough I will be on the dial-a-ride back towards Auburn. Microtransit is nice, but fixed route service is even nicer, but that is a video and a rant for another day. I'm a very big fan of this bus-only infrastructure here in this former parking lot. So, some random thoughts on the Confluence shuttle. Last year, they ran it as a fixed route service that ran 5 times a day, so your times that the bus ran were determined by, you know, when you came here was determined by when the bus ran. So it came every like 2-3 hours, I want to say, because 5 times a day. But this year, they merged it with the Auburn dial-a-ride service so that it comes whenever the user wants it to. So I found it really convenient because I was able to just hop off the bus in Auburn and then just transfer right to the Confluence route to take me here. Then I spent the amount of time that I wanted to spend here, and then I'm able to take the bus right back. So this is pretty convenient. However, it is a little aggravating because then you have to do bookings through an app, or you have to call the agency, and then and it's determined by whether or not they have space for you that day. I came on a Friday because, you know, I don't have classes or work, but most people will come on a Saturday, like a summer weekend, and it'll be busy. So it's determined by whether or not they can fit you on. So that is the problem with microtransit. However, with microtransit, generally those routes don't get a lot of ridership anyway, so that's why it is microtransit. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of prefer it as dial-a-ride, I guess. That's my final thought on the Confluence shuttle. One thing I will say about the Confluence route being dial-a-ride this year is that it made things slightly harder to plan with coordinating with bus schedules and stuff like that. Earlier in the video, you saw when I nearly missed the Confluence shuttle because it ran 15 minutes ahead of my scheduled pickup time. Another thing that I find aggravating is that it only picks up and drops off from 6 specific locations, so that's why I had to hop on the Auburn loop route. But the thing is, the bus was already laying over at the Amtrak station anyway, so why couldn't they just pick me up from there? Like, add that to the list of pickup points, please. Yeah. So those are the downsides to having this be microtransit. Whoa.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there. The service is just a little bit spotty. I think I see the car right now.
Yeah, it looks like that he's about to get there, so.
Or then you're running in my bus now.
So that was one of the weirdest experiences of my life. Apparently the dispatchers didn't get my ride coordinated, so I had to call them. That was the conversation you heard on the phone when the car showed up. And they were like, yeah, basically, hey, there's my bus. Basically, we're going to have a car pick you up. And I just rode in a car to the Amtrak station because I was like, hey driver, can you bring me to the Amtrak station, please? And so he did, and here's my bus, and I made it with 2 minutes to spare, so back to Sac. Oh, there's my ride. Getting fuel, I guess. Half an hour, the 10 brought me here to the Roseville Galleria Mall, and we are 6 minutes early again. But I'm actually going to take a little bit of a different route back to Davis this time. I'm transferring to Roseville Transit's Route B. That's going to take me to the Roseville Civic Center, and then I get to take the Roseville Commuter Reverse Peak. That's going to take me to downtown Sacramento. All the little Placer County Transit buses waiting to go. Big parade of buses, and the blue one is mine. The Route B brought me to here just in time for me to catch my Roseville commuter bus, and shockingly, it's a Gillig Phantom. I did not realize that Roseville Transit still operated these things, so it's time to have a fantastic ride on my favorite type of bus. So about a year ago, I actually tried to make a video hunting for this bus. I went to Midtown Sac, and I stood there for about 3 hours waiting for all the Roseville commuter buses to go by, and I got unlucky, and they were all Gillig low floors, Gillig BRTs, so not the Phantom, because I read the database that said they had Phantoms, but I was not lucky. But yeah, today this is an insane stroke of luck that I managed to hitch a ride on their commuter Phantoms. I've never ridden one in commuter form before. It's going to be a great ride to Sacramento, and I'm really glad I decided to make this detour. So another fun thing about this bus that I'm on right now is that it's operating a reverse peak commuter service to Sacramento. So it's bringing people from Roseville to Sacramento, which is a not very common commute pattern. As such, I'm the only person on this bus, so it's literally just me, my favorite bus, and the driver. The funny thing about Roseville Transit is they also charge slightly less for the Roseville reverse commute. So I think for some reason my Connect card did some funky stuff, and I got on this bus for free. So I'll take whatever I can. Yeah. Onwards to Sac. And here I am in downtown Sacramento. I actually had no idea that the Phantom was going to be running on the commuter service, and it's incredible luck that I managed to ride that. Yeah, everything worked out perfectly. So now it's time for my second to last bus of the day. We'll be taking the Route 42A to Davis. Something cute about YOLO Bus is that they actually name all their buses. This one is called Blue Magic. Cute. And the 42A dropped me off here in Davis at Mason 2nd. Yeah, my journey is not over yet. I'm waiting for the A line. It's finally back in our rubber little paws at Unitrans. And the A line is going to take me back to the silo where I parked my bike this morning. There goes the A line on its inbound portion, or outbound. So it'll loop around and it'll come back to me. So after a very long day, the Alpha A-Line has brought me back to the silo. And it's here where I deliver my closing thoughts. Closing thoughts? It was a good day. Yeah, love the Confluence shuttle. Definitely will be making a visit again when it comes back. And thank you for watching.